Hi, good morning, welcome back to my channel. Today is gonna be an interesting episode because I decided to do a baked potato jacket potato challenge, my Instant Pot versus my Ninja air fryer. So I have not done jacket potatoes in either of them, so it's gonna be quite interesting to see which one's gonna get a better score at the end of this challenge. But for today, please make sure you stay tuned because we're gonna be using one of my favorites, which is gonna be the Instant Pot for the day. So I got these potatoes from Morrison's, and I normally just buy normal potatoes whenever I made in the past using the oven the jacket potatoes. But to be honest, I find them they are quite expensive, so I just get these, and when we're going to open it up, then I'll have a look at what the sizes are and try to pick similar sizes. I won't be making a huge amount. I don't know if I can fit 3 or 4 in my Instant Pot, because obviously I've never done this recipe, so I don't really want to overcrowd the Instant Pot because obviously it would take longer to reach pressure, and I don't actually know if it would cook the potatoes evenly either, so I really don't want to waste any potatoes. We open the bag and we'll look at the size of these potatoes. So this bag itself, I think it's 2 kilos. They look pretty good actually, I can already tell. This is a mixture, so I would say probably these 2 are similar with these 3. I would say probably these 3. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I would say they are, and I probably would say they are medium-sized potatoes. So for this recipe, I would need to obviously wash these. I'm going to wash them really well. I mean, these are pretty good. When you get them, sometimes you get them in a big paper bag, they are quite dirty. Obviously you have to give them proper scrub, but these are just from a bag. So I'm going to give them a good clean, and I'm going to pierce them so there won't be any explosion in the Instant Pot. According to this recipe, if the potatoes are small, I presume small, they would mean maybe around this size. It's quite hard to judge because I just think when you say small potato, I mean, what size is it exactly? Because you've got these as well, right? Anyway, I would say probably these are the small ones. I think they would probably take, according to the recipe, obviously wash and pierce 12 minutes. I would call these medium ones. They would be 14 minutes, and the large potatoes would be 16 minutes. I don't actually have any large potatoes, but I can imagine the large potatoes would be probably the really big proper jacket potatoes, baked potato size. The recipe calls for 16 minutes. So what I'm gonna do, I will be putting these in for 14 minutes. So let me just wash these and get them ready and pop them in the Instant Pot. So I got my trusty Instant Pot ready. I think it's the camera, it just looks like it's flickering, but it's not actually flickering on the actual Instant Pot. So I got it ready. So the lid is good to go. I put the seal in there. I washed the potatoes, I scrubbed them well, and I pierced them several times. For this recipe, we need to use this trivet. I don't know how it's called. I think it's called trivet. It comes with the Instant Pot. If you watched me in the past, then you would know that I used this when I made boiled potatoes, like mashed potatoes in the Instant Pot, and also I used it when I made boiled eggs as well in the pot. So it's just literally just to elevate the food from the bottom so it doesn't get burned. So for this recipe we have to use this trivet, and we need to put 1 cup of cold water. So I'm actually going to be measuring this out. I wouldn't normally, but I got a little measuring. So I've got a little measuring cup, so I got 1 cup of cold water. They were very specific about being cold, and I got my potatoes back now, so I'm gonna pop them in here. let me have a look. So we can probably fit about, I don't know, in theory we probably could fit another 2 in there, but as I said, we don't need a huge amount. We probably are going to have it with cheese and beans, or if it's a leftover we can always fry it up. So it is very versatile dish, I think. Or maybe we just have it with tuna and mayo. So as you can see, the trivet got a little feet, so make sure when you put this in, the feet will go kind of at the bottom. I try to show it to you. So it goes like that, but you will see anyway, there's no, I mean there is a way to put it in, but then it will just touch the bottom. So yeah, so the 3 potatoes are in, ready to go. So washed, pierced, 1 cup of cold water, and I'm gonna seal it now. So make sure that the seal is all in. Press it down, that's right, so you can hear the click. It's on, and we're gonna have to seal the vent per usual. And again, as I said, it's not flashing in real life, it's just flashing in the camera. So pressure cook. This is from a previous recipe. So make sure that it's on high pressure, and then we have to put it up. As I said, I would say they are medium potatoes, so I give them 14 minutes, and then we'll see. I may have to pop them back if they are not cooked. So now it's all set. So if you have to reach pressure, I don't know how long it's gonna take for it to reach pressure, normally about 10-15 minutes. And with this recipe, actually we need to leave it after the cycle's finished. So after it goes down to 0, then it will show L000. So when it starts going into natural release, but with this recipe, actually we have to have natural release. So after this 14 minutes, we don't need to do anything until the valve goes down. I will roughly try to time it and see how long it's all gonna take. But yeah, only a few minutes preparation, 14 minutes in the Instant Pot. I presume it may take about 10-15 minutes to reach pressure, and after it's reached pressure, counting back, and then we will have to just let it do its own thing until it's ready to be depressurized by itself. So yeah, it's quite straightforward. It's not the quickest way to do it, I think. I think a lot of people probably would still prefer to do it in a microwave and then just finish it off in the oven or finish it off in the air fryer, but I just wanted to do this experiment because I think it's quite a good way to kind of know if it's possible with the Instant Pot and how long it would take. So what I'm gonna do is I'll be back when it's all started doing its thing, started going into natural release, and then I'll tell you how long it actually took for it to reach pressure. So yes, so I'll see you in a little bit. So the Instant Pot is going into natural release now. It actually only took about maybe 5 minutes for it to reach pressure. It was quite quick. Just keep an eye on it and see when that pressure release valve is going to drop down, and then I'll open it and we can have a look. I can't wait to see the result. So our Instant Pot finally depressurized. It took 21 minutes because we had to wait until that little knob's gone down. So if you've been watching my videos, that you know that I always do manual release, so it's kind of quite new for me as well. So now we can open it, so we don't have to do anything. Natural release took a while though, so let's have a look. Nice and steamy, good. Okay, let me get a knife and let me just have a little feel if it's gone. Yes, it's gone through. It's definitely a bit of a resistance, to be honest. I'm not sure. It's cooked, but it's not the softest of the softest. So this one on the left, I know you're steaming up, so this one on the left is actually quite nice. This one is a little bit on the harder side. It still goes through with a bit of resistance. This one goes through as well. So what I'm going to do, in theory I can put them back, but I'm not going to because I'm following this recipe. So I just want to take these out, cut them in half, and then come up with a verdict. I have a feeling that 2 of these potatoes might be just right, one of them a little bit might be under. But let me take them out and we'll cut them up together. Alright, so got them out. As I said, steamy, still it's okay, but I would say it's very similar to when you make it in the that's actually a little bit undercooked, this one. I don't know if you can actually see it there as well, and there as well. So yes, so it was in for 14 minutes, and maybe I should have left it in for 16, but I don't know if the 2 minutes would have made a difference. It is rather disappointing actually. So I have to come up with a verdict now, don't I? I will probably finish these off in the air fryer. I'm not going to put them back in the Instant Pot. I probably could in theory, but then it has to reach pressure again. I probably would have to put more water underneath. It just sounds a little bit complicated, so I probably will just cut these up and fry them up in the air fryer. So if I had to give a rating out of 5, I probably would give a 2 out of 5. It's rather disappointing. I don't think that 2 minutes would have made a difference, so I think it's a thumb down from me. So won't be using the Instant Pot to make jacket potatoes. So let's see what's the verdict for overall verdict will be for both of these. So this is 2 out of 5, I'm afraid. Boo-hoo! So hopefully you enjoyed today's. The Instant Pot was a little bit of a failure, I think, but let's see how the Ninja is gonna perform next week and which one is gonna win. I am rather surprised by the Instant Pot because I followed the recipe and it was a good recipe. The star rating was pretty good. A couple of negative reviews to say the potato didn't quite cook through, but as I mentioned before, I just have a feeling even the extra 2 minutes, I don't think it would have made a big difference. And the natural release took about 21 minutes, so that was a little bit on the long time. Reaching pressure was about 5-6 minutes. It wasn't too long, but the overall cooking experience is hassle-free. But I think maybe if the potatoes were smaller, but yes, it's a thumbs down from me, and it's only 2 out of 5 stars. So we'll see how the Ninja air fryer is going to perform, and then next week we're gonna announce the winner. So make sure you come back, and thank you very much for tuning in today, and hopefully I can see you next week. Have a lovely day. Goodbye for now.